Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Sheik, your conscious mentor, and today I will be going over the March full moon in Virgo on March 18th, 2022 and what you need to know. In this video, I'll be going over the major aspects of this moon and how it will affect us, how it will shift us, and what it's calling us for these new cycles that we're entering into. I know right now with the energy and the shifts that we're going through, there's a lot that is going to be explained in this video on a collective and on a personal level. I'm also going to be having some cards that I've pulled. I haven't looked at them. I pulled them energetically, tuning in, channeling, and I'm really excited to share them with you. Before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video. I do these full moon and new moon videos every single month for you beautiful souls, and to be part of the soul tribe and community. I love you all so much. It just makes me excited. These are my favorite videos to record. Moon videos are so much fun. I also want to share a really exciting announcement. So this March, I am offering this beautiful program, and it will be on the third week of this month. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I really want to allow people to enter the steep portal. So I'm offering a mystery program price. What a mystery program price means is I offer this program with no details or knowing what this program entails, and you just trust and feel that it is right for you. So this energetic price is very, very generous, and for the energetic exchange, it's 88 Canadian. So you can message me on Instagram, Shika_Chica, or you can message me through my website and my email, and you have until March 10th to enroll in it. As of March 11th, I will be posting the full moon meditation energy healing for you lovely souls, and that's where I'll also announce the program for you souls. So really excited for all those that are going to be entering. All I can say is the vortex that we'll be creating in this space is going to be abundant. That is all. So I want to share that. If you want to work with me deeper, don't forget to join the Quartz Vortex 2.0. It is a 1-year healing to master to become your own healer. And as well as if you want to work even closer with me, I do have my retreats as well as my one-on-one programs. I have 3 spots open right now for the one-on-one rebirth mentorship. It is a 6-month to a year mentorship. So all that's down below. And now let's get into this March Virgo full moon. So the first thing you need to know about this March Virgo full moon on March 18th, 2022 is that things are not meant to be the way that they are. We're going to be planning things during this month, and what's going to happen is Spirit's going to be pushing us to get our stuff done, to balance that masculine in the sense of the things we need to get done. So I'm going to just share it. It's coming up. Taxes, finances, all the things we avoid as our human. You need to get that done during March. So March is a great time to get things done, hibernate in self. But then there's also the feminine, which is calling us to trust, to be in flow, to not over exert our schedules during this time. So things that we're forcing during the month of this space and during this Virgo full moon will not happen. We have to flow in energy in the sense of trusting that we can't perfect things to be the way they are. The great mystery of this journey as humans is we're not meant to know everything. We're not meant to have the exact aspect. And then people are going to ask me, what about manifestation? Manifestation is the alignment of energetics where we are an energetic match to what we want to call in. So right now, what I'm really saying is during this Virgo full moon is we're being called to know that we are just being an energetic match for exactly what we need, and to listen. You know, a lot of us are doing that inner work, but right now, even in the chaos of the world right now, which I know is intense energy, I hope you have some tea with me because I got some tea. And I think it's important just to be in this space for yourself, be present while you're doing this, setting the space, and really knowing that you want to hold and honor that. So really listen to what isn't for you is slipping out of your life right now. And it might even start 3 days before the full moon for sure. So really letting go. And any Virgos, let me know down below. Perfectionism is going to be our worst enemy during this month, because if there's one thing we've learned is to release that fully. So really letting that go. The second thing you need to know is a crumble of the old systems, releasing this expectation through the chaos. What happens when things hit the fan? Do we seek out scarcity? Do we seek out desperation? Do we seek out guilt? What happens when something unexpected happens in your life? So really listening to the energetics of your energy of your body throughout this full moon in Virgo on March 18th, 2022, 3 days before, 3 days after, and the day of. What is going on? What is, being triggered? Are you having dreams of your ex? Are you having an old friend message you saying, hey, you want to hang out? Are you having work, test you on your boundaries? Are you noticing that, old emotions are coming up during this time that you felt that you've healed? Why are they keep on coming up? Because there's a new perception that is here. So tuning into releasing expectation to open a new perception. Releasing expectation to open a new perception. When we are boxed in a box of perfection in this Virgo full moon, when we're not in that alignment, we can't see outside that box. But when we take a step out, we take a few steps back, we can see a broader thing, broader space, broader thing. My mom used to say that all the time. Past that thing. Broader space, a broader perception. So taking that understanding of what is the broader picture. Don't zoom in to the little things. I always say when we look at how hard today is, but we look at how amazing a year can be, we really start to put less pressure on ourselves. So during this March full moon in Virgo, look at the bigger picture. What are you working towards for your dream? How is this space of chaos giving you an opportunity to surrender, to allow you to fall in love with your dream again, to allow you to have a clear perception of what isn't for you and what is for you right now, to reset your whole environment, to reset your belief systems because you've shifted or maybe outgrown them. I'm going to pull one of the decks here. I got the Ancestral deck here. For those asking, they're from Kyle Gray. Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards are the ones that I use here. Air Guardian, shift your perception. How can we shift our perception during this time? How can we shift our perception in this space? I'm loving the energy for Virgo. It's really just bringing us back to ourselves, which little hint for later. Change the way you think and you will change your whole reality. Change the way that you think things are bad and see how I can look at it as a good thing. And I'm not saying it for spiritual bypassing. I'm going to call that out right now. Don't bypass things. Don't look at things away from the reality. Look at what it is and look at what it can also be. Look at what it is, what it can also be. I want to hold that because there is that as well, where during this Virgo full moon, some of you will bypass what you're trying to heal. Some of you will try to run away from what's coming up and being triggered. And instead, the triggers during this Virgo full moon is to help you pull you back to yourself. So the Air Guardian card represents the angels of the air element. Any air signs, let me know down below. Traditionally, air is all about thoughts and thinking and everything that happens in the mind. So these angels can help you to overcome any thoughts that you have come back to haunt you. Your old triggers, your old relationships, all of that from the past, to see the old world more clearly. They are guiding you to change the way that you think about certain situations, as this could be a standing between your greatness. So the only standing towards that is that what is coming up from your past is an opportunity for you to clear it. So it's nothing about that you haven't done the work or any of that. It's about there's something new here, that you are actually such a warrior in this given time because you're moving through the chaos, that you are able to sit with this truth, to be with this truth. So allow the thoughts, the perceptions, the old habits, the old belief systems that are coming back into your field be an opportunity for you to release them. Okay, the next card I got is Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. So for those of you who don't feel safe right now, especially collectively with what the world is putting out, and let's just take a breath together. I feel like let's breathe. We haven't breathed together. There's a lot that's coming through. Let's just take 3 breaths. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Come back to yourself. You forget to breathe. It's so important. When I'm talking, I'm always breathing, and I always think of you. I'm always like, I hope you are breathing as well, because you are doing the work as you listen to these words. There is energy moving through you as I share with you. So surround yourself to protective energy. So some of you need to reclaim your confidence in your guides a little bit, calling them and knowing that they're here for you, even if you feel that they are unseen. Maybe you haven't met them yet. They're still there. They're hanging out. So just call them in. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call your angels and guides and ancestors for protection. Simply just say, guides, angels, ancestors, please protect me. That's as simple as it is. Arrows have a long revered as symbols of protection, as many native peoples have used the bow and the arrow as a weapon of defense. When the arrow appears in the meditation or dreams or an oracle reading, it is a sign that you need to protect yourself, what is important to you, because not everyone has the same intention. Your old friend that you've known since you were 7 might not have the same intentions of your adult self right now. Your relationship, there might be some different intentions there and chaos happening, to really see what you're here to help each other with. You know, the old message that you just got doesn't mean you have to respond to it, but maybe that message from that person from your past is awakening a trigger in you that you need to let go, that you weren't even consciously aware was within you. So allowing that chaos of emotion, connecting to that wild feminine, which goes to my next point. The third thing you need to know about this Virgo full moon on March 18, 2022 is, how can I connect with my wild feminine? The wild feminine, every being has a feminine and masculine energy. But the wild feminine is the energetics of just releasing, to being, to trusting, to sounding, to not have a judgment of how we want to express. For those of you who were told how anger should look like, sadness should look like, or maybe you did not feel safe coming from the mother wound, this is an opportunity for you to unlock that. And again, highly would suggest you going into and signing up as soon as possible for the mystery program, because this point is going to be released deeply. So understanding, you know, how can I connect with that wild feminine energy? How can I open that into that space? How can I rest and reset with my body to rebalance my energy? If I know I'm more of a masculine being, how am I protecting myself? Why am I so scared of being feminine? Was I told as a child that feminine was weak? Was I told that I was too masculine? You know, these are some triggers that come up when I'm sharing this with you. So protect your energy, protect your essence, allow yourself to embrace that, and protect yourself from people who are not allowing you to feel safe to be in your truth, but also recognize them and thank them for what they have triggered in you. Thank that ex that didn't treat you well, that didn't respect your boundaries, because now you can reclaim it. You can tap into that wild feminine and allow yourself to share your truth. You know, thank your parents that were so strict, because now it has brought you to realize, wow, I've really restricted myself. I never felt safe to cry, never felt safe to express my emotions, and now I'm reclaiming it. So again, take a breath with that. Let it be. Let yourself be in this energy. Balance yourself. There's no perfection here. We're not perfecting anything. We're just being with it. Okay, so remember that. High Priestess, harness your power, as I said that. This just gives me Isis, Egyptian goddess energy. I'm just loving this. And I have a huge connection with this because as a child, I used to read Egyptian history all the time. And then when I got into this work, I started to notice, wow, I actually have a lot of connections to the High Priestess energy. Align with the light and the focus of your all things positive. So how can you be a little bit more positive during this time of chaos? The high priestess is a physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has the many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar, fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, and high priestess was in charge of the spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of the authority of the guidance of the gods. The high priestess is that in the deck, in the consort and partners of the high priestess. If you look at them together, you will see that they mirror each other's energy. So you can see that here. She is joined with a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. So call into your guides to help you protect you in your lower energies so you can step into your light more in this chaos, in these dark moments, in these dark periods. Like I said, this community is very powerful. So again, if you haven't subscribed to be here, I would suggest so. You know, I found a lot of my closest connections through online when I started my spiritual journey. And I also have a free Facebook group if you want to join that to connect. I think it'd be very helpful for you, loves. So that is deep, allowing yourself to hold space for that. The fourth thing you need to know about this March full moon in Virgo on March 18th, 2022 is that call for peace in yourself. I'm going to share things and I want to trigger something in you because I'm here to trigger you in a loving way. And this is coming from my heart. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of energy, and even talking about it makes me very emotional. And we are in a space where we can choose peace or war in this world. And I want you to call into you. And the herb that came to me when I sat with this channeled message was sweetgrass. And I want to talk more about smudging on my channel. Sweetgrass has been one of my favorite. This is the end of one that I'm finishing right now. And it is braided. It is indigenous. I'm so grateful for the indigenous lineage for offering this medicine to this world, sharing this medicine to this world. And it helps with positivity. And I'm going to share a story here that connects to this. When I was very young, my mom did a trip for work out into the north on a reserve for 10 days. And her intention was to connect with the elders and to bring love and understanding for the world, for all of the pain that this country has created in the sense of the colonization and what it's done to the indigenous of the lands. And she came back with sweetgrass, and I asked my mom, and she said, I did this ceremony and I cried so much and I didn't notice how important it was. And I stuck with this. As I say this, my whole body is giving goosebumps. I stuck with this and I wanted to share this with our family. And I am grateful because I know not everyone had this opportunity, had such an open family. And even though my parents are really strict, I didn't notice how much medicine they gave me. So what they taught her was that a lot of us want to blame other people. And that's what we're seeing in this world. We're seeing fighting and disagreement and division. And we're at this peak where we can continue to move with our heart or we can separate. And what the sweetgrass has taught me is we look in the peace of ourselves. We ask our soul what we are sorry for ourselves. We ask our self-forgiveness. We ask for positivity within. And through that, we can bring love outside of that. If we can't fill up our cup, we can't help others. We can't shift our perception to be positive. And that is what this world is calling for right now. So during this Virgo full moon on March 18th, 2022, the biggest thing I can share with you during this time is I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, how can I bring gratitude and peace in myself? What is something I'm ready to forgive myself for, that I've been so hard on myself for? And think of the sweetgrass, even if you don't have it look up the medicine of sweetgrass, call in the sweetgrass. And what we do is we take the smoke and you just cleanse it, and you ask to forgive. You just clear it, ask to forgive. Ask the sweetgrass to forgive you, to love you, I'm sorry for being so hard on my body. I'm sorry for being so, harsh to my partner, to my shadow, to my light, whatever is coming up, to my guilt, whatever I'm ready to forgive of me. And I trust that this will be a very releasing experience for you. And I really can't wait for the meditation I'm going to post, because it's going to be very powerful. So during this Virgo full moon, again, ask yourself, what peace are you calling in yourself? What time of forgiveness are you bringing into yourself? What are you balancing to allow peace of the masculine and the feminine, of the shadow, of the light? What are you calling in that space? I'm going to pull out some other cards for you loves. To the sea, surrender to what is, and surrender to the waters within. As you clear yourself, as you bring peace in yourself in the chaos, just bring that space of silence inwards without distraction. You will be able to follow the waters within. Our body is majority water. And with the words we say, we create that into our body. With the energy that we think, we create that into our body. So if we just take a second to use this moon energy to be more positive, it can ripple into so much positivity in this world, where we can choose separation or war, or love or war. And love always wins. Remember that. Why? Sometimes we need to know why, and sometimes we don't. And during this Virgo full moon, it's about knowing the why. The chaos and the triggers are happening to have you come to a remembering of yourself, to remove the disconnect that your soul feels and wants to run away from it, and come back to its human body and say, it is safe to feel this. It is safe to release this. Orphanage, you don't have to be alone. The orphanage card is saying that some of you are being called to stay away from it because you felt so alone, and this is a dark remembering memory. But when we can witness and forgive in that space and bring peace to that by releasing and shifting and understanding what is the lesson that this is bringing me back to myself deeper, what is the lesson that it's allowing me to reclaim my power into that high priestess energy, and allow myself to remember I'm not alone. And also, what is the power of what is the change that it's calling me to do to rebalance myself again. Serendipity. We always have the luck of our guides, our ancestors in this world, and to never forget that. And the last card, be fair. Be fair to yourself. Be fair to your relationships. As long as you're in your truth and you're in your positivity, even those who don't see eye to eye will at least respect at due time. We don't ask for everyone to be exactly like us. And I know for me, I am meant to be in where I am right now. I live in Canada. I'm meant to be in this space to bring the light in this world. And as much as I can, together with everyone else, with you. And I think we need to be fair to know that people are going to have different perceptions. People are going to have different feelings, emotions, and they are allowed to have that. But it's coming back to ourselves, bringing that peace, connecting with that sweetgrass, coming inwards, not outwards. Great medicine. The last thing that you need to share, and I've kind of alluded to it quite a bit, past relationships that are triggered through the imperfections of ourselves come back into our field. So think about any relationships that triggered you to make you feel that you were less worthy of, and made you kind of zero in and perfect it most of your life because you felt that that was going to be a weakness for you. And I think that's super important to understand, is that our old relationships are only triggering us a lesson from our younger self, right? So it's creating on that root of that seed that was seeded of a younger version of ourselves. So a great shadow work prompt to work with during this March full moon in Virgo on March 18th, 2022 is that the past relationships that were triggered, the imperfections that you were told to think, to believe in, how can you reclaim that and forgive yourself for it? Okay? The cards from your angels, these are messages from your angels. These are from Work Your Light deck. Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. So regardless of what's going on right now in the chaos, Spirit is testing you. You move first, the universe responds. You act first, the universe responds. You move to a new space, the universe responds. You start dating, the universe will respond and give you a soulmate. You start a business, the universe will respond and bring you clients to time. You gotta trust. And I know at times of chaos, when you're thinking of all the things that need to be done and how things should be done, you start to think it's not the way it's supposed to be. It is. It is exactly what it needs to be. But there is a new perception that you need to kind of take a step back, a few steps back, and look at that same scenario and see, what is it teaching me? Council of Light, divine orchestration, leap helpers in the subtle realms. So we have a lot of helpers that are wanting to call for you. And maybe there's some new guides as well for some of you in this space of transition, of chaos. But I just want you to know that they are fully here. They're fully holding you and guiding you. And to keep that in mind through this journey during this full moon. So I'm going to finish this reading and this beautiful time together with an affirmation, and then we're going to finish our video. And I just want to say thank you for being here. I hope that this video helped you a lot as we close our ceremony together. I always see these as ceremonies. And yeah, come back to this video whenever you need to. We got 2 cards and they're so divine. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Put that down below as an affirmation. Recite that to yourself. For you, for me, for all of us. For the community, for the consciousness. Surrender. I can release my need to control. I can release my need to control. I can release my need to control. Control is a representation of feeling that you don't actually have control. Remember that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful full moon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe, as well as put notification bells so you don't miss a video. And also don't forget to sign up for the mystery program. And I hope you have a beautiful March full moon.